Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. It's on the south side as the Black Hole Grit, we got SamiBestGurl. It's on the north side as the Silver Claw Max, we got Joestar. On a side note as well, when it comes to this map, since this map is large, filled with a large amount of dead space, I have trimmed up the map a little bit off the sides. I will let you know if something gets moved off the side, but there's a lot of dead space left and right. So I tried to help minimize it so it's a little bit easier to see everything. By the way, let's get started. This map is a 3-base map, 2 airports, 1 forward, 1 reserve, pair of comm towers for both players. One is very securable, other one's very reasonably securable. Generally, I don't see the comm towers get flipped all too often. Howdy. Hey, there's a Max there. Max vs. Grit's also a one's melee, one's ranged. I will take a look at that after this game. Just let me know after this game. Though, this is going to be a long game, so I'm not sure how long this is going to last. And Grit goes for artillery. Not big surprise. Max does go some recons. Recons could be quite nice helping with all the artillery, a little bit more cheaper option to counter. Grit's starting to capture the airport over here. Probably main for income. He does get minus 20% firepower on battlecopters, which is not as bad as Drake, but still. Yeah, this game should be a pretty good one. It apparently took 107 days to complete real time. I love Global League. There's a reason why I cast Global League more often than Live League, because players can take time and think. Across 3 months. Yeah! Though I do understand Live League because it gives you more immediate focus. Do you have a battlecopter now? Oh, recon does get trapped. Battlecopter up here, and of course, Max does get plus 20% firepower bonus as a counterpart of Grit's minus 20% firepower. Additionally, he did pull in the back one, so maybe I have to go for right, or just doesn't want to be immediately spotted. Got triple artillery, double artillery and infantry there. Grit's getting this artillery line going. Recon gets a good strike there, even on 3 stars to get a fair amount of damage. And both these recons gonna be dead next turn. Yeah, I think actually Max could eye a bit more heavy recon composition. Due to the amount of roads on the map, they should have pretty good mobility. Max should not be going for medium tanks this game, nor neo tanks. He needs a large number of mobile units to help range all the artillery. Battlecopters will still be a good call. Grit may, of course, probably should deploy still some ATRs, but may have to deploy a missile too. And he'll get access to a Days of Ruin equivalent missile. In Days of Ruin, missiles got a buff of have a 6 range rather than 5, which is actually makes it a bit more usable. Does double tap that one there. Somehow the recons are still alive. He did not range the those recons there. Of course, the recons here are still in range of this artillery piece. Does not in range this one. Takes out one recon. Takes out that one unit there. Sometimes this infantry is going to go on top of this mountain. Infantry, anti-air, battlecopter, and infantry. Does get trapped there. Gets that infantry there. Finish off the recon. Now the HQ is exposed. Is it going to be HQ cap? Probably not. things, and the attack gets immediately squashed by their artillery line. Huh. Grit goes for double mech. I suppose they're just good enough to deal with recons. Granted, they do have... Wait. Except foot soldiers get minus 20% firepower. His mechs are completely and utterly ordinary. I had to remind myself of that because... Let's be frank, most players don't even get a single mech the entire game. And so Grit's mechs are acceptable. Max could eye for this column tower. Oh boy. He's gonna get that column tower. 3 column tower max. Things just gonna die a lot this game, aren't they? Grit's artillery is already pretty strong, plus 2% firepower and +1 range is immense. Recon does spot this up. He is trying to go for this column tower here himself, but there's enough infantry nearby to say no. Oh, missile. The missile knows where it is because it knows where it's not. Oh, we got a max force. So he gets +1 movement range, and I mentioned a little extra firepower. He's able to one-shot the artillery pieces and gets trapped on the anti-air. That's actually quite big. Takes out the mech in one shot. He's just blitzing his way forward. There's good enough battlecopters here. The missile may need to shoot down one of this battlecopter's base lock itself. The amount of fighters in the field, maybe a good idea for Grit to go for, or battlecopters in the field, maybe a good idea for Grit to go for a fighter. It would have a lot of overkill, which means it would do normal damage for the battlecopters and probably still at least one-shot them. Battlecopter tank infantry. Max does have at least 1 battlecopter field, which is nice. But I think this may be time where Grit should eye for a fighter. Yeah, launching a sniper attack will allow him the range to one of the battlecopters. He does not do that. I more than understand. And there's also 2 airports map. If Max wanted, he could go double battlecopter turn. He has 22,000, so that costs 18, then 3 more thousand infantry. He is still able to one-shot battlecopters. Will still be able to do that if he loses a comm tower? Sorry, just give me a moment. At 108, it will actually be a coin flip. More weighted above 50% chance in his favor, but still. Anti-air, and tank. He sees the battlecopters. No fighter on the field. Takes out the T-copter. The missile, he spotted it. Strikes it. It's on 3 defense stars, but still took a pretty sizable hit there. And losing the comm tower means he's going to have to deal with coin flips to take on the battlecopters. But he can go for a sniper attack to give his anti-airs plus 10% firepower. Excuse me. I think there's maybe an argument to make sniper attack here. The difference between sniper attack and super snipe. Sniper attack increases his indirect fire from 20% to 40%. And not to mention get an additional range going from +1, +2. Super Snipe does not give any additional firepower bonuses, but does increase the range by additional amount as well. So it's best to go for Sniper Attack unless you absolutely need the extra range. Not to mention, keeping the power charge open means you go for a lot of sniper attacks. Okay, he should still have the ability to one-shot battlecopters now. Does get trapped there, but does provide some important spotting. And it's artillery line. Interrupts the capture there. Missile gets a good amount of damage there. Anti-air strikes down south. Oh, that anti-air is not in range of anything either way. Anti-air. Artillery and infantry. Let's see, 96,000 versus 97, so Max has a full turn of income ahead advantage. He has 22,000 versus 18. Grit's pretty slow, so he didn't really get a strong enough capture game, so he's probably slowly going to be whittled down. And not to mention he's down by a comm tower. But artillery is a bit more cost effective. Oh, does get trapped there in the end. Which allows the battlecraft to strike the battlecraft there. Does manage to get the coin flip. Or rolled not unlucky. Another snipe attack there. He had enough power charge for a super snipe, so... Or that was Max's power charge maxing out. Does spot Max's recon there with the artillery, so that was a bad placement there. Does go ahead and shell everything in range. He needs a round of infantry. Goes for battlecopter, infantry, and artillery. Right now he only has 9 infantry is not too bad. Grid Max in comparison has 11. Goes for max force. And that battlecopter was in range and immediately gets picked off. Those is lacking spotters up north. Yes, falling back, reorging. Tank, battlecopter, and infantry. 114 versus 81, so Max has about a turn advantage still. Shelling everything once again. Infantry units move on this comm to re-secure it. Gotta make sure you have equal footing. Plus, with 2 comm towers, at least his firepower for his ground vehicles be normal. Once again, puts a battlecopter next to the anti-air, but this time it's a 2 health anti-air. Max should still just sack the anti-air onto it. Got 3 points of damage and still alive. Let's go for another max force there. Not sure that's a great option. Could have saved up. Does have a number of artillery pieces there, but we already got 2 artillery pieces there, and this artillery is almost out of ammo, but it's on top of the HQ. Infantry, anti-air, recon, and another battlecopter. Trying to flip the comm tower now. Immediately pops a grid snipe attack. Let's see, right now 2 capture blocks remaining, so it's not interrupted. Puts both of those tanks down to 1 health. Gets finished off there and there. And this property will be flipped, and every property loss is very important for Grit. He can't really capture all too well. Tank, infantry. Battlecopter strike battlecopter. And does interrupt the capture of that comm tower down there as well. Battlecopter, tank, recon, and infantry. Mech does pick off some of those units there. Artillery, infantry. Right now, the 6,000 income difference is very, very noticeable. Not to mention the extra comm tower, making it so easier for Max just finish off everything, one-shot everything. Battlecopter, tank, and infantry. Does get trapped there. 120,000 versus 70,000, so 50,000 behind. Grit is about 2.5 turns behind. That's getting critically bad state. Does finish off the battlecopter there. Artillery gets a good strike there. Mech finished off the tank. Anti-air could hit this battlecopter down south. Got a good number of hits there on the battlecopters. He so far has not lost a coin flip when dealing with those battlecopters. A weighted coin flip, I should say. Tank, battlecopter, and base skip. Another max blast available. He's so far deployed out none of them. Overall, he doesn't really need it. Artillery are a little bit squishy. If he's a one-shot of his power, that's all he needs. All he needs to measure out, does he need +2 range or not. Anti-air, infantry. Does get trapped there. Next to anti-air. And gets trapped there. Ooh, the forests down south are having issues. Oh, something I should mention. As I mentioned beforehand, there's stuff that's off the side of my screen. There is a 4 health artillery right around about this kind of part. So my apology if you missed that. Somebody's actually using that part of the map. Somehow the forests are actually being fought in a grit versus max game of all things. T-copter, tank, battlecopter, infantry. So 5 unit deployment there. Does take out that tank there as well. He did manage to recapture his comm tower, which is very important. And it looks like Max overextended, and now Max is down to 86 versus 98. Of course, it's those day-to-day, so he still has a slight advantage, but it's nothing too significant at this moment. Both players have the super. Battlecopter, infantry, battlecopter, recon, and infantry. If he needs more infantry, going for mass battlecopters is always a possibility. Luckily for Grit, his anti-air is just adequate enough to deal with the battlecopters now. Mech, artillery, anti-air. Everything's falling back. Battlecopter, tank, and infantry. Grit's managed to recapture 1 property. Back down or up to a 6,000 fund difference. Infantry, and missile. Battlecopter, recon, infantry. Another 5 unit deployment. Anti-air does finish off the infantry unit there, and does finish off that one there. Artillery strikes the infantry unit there. Yep. Aircraft cannot hide on a force, they float above it. Mech, artillery. He does have a T-copter to help push the mechs forward, which is good. But there is a large number of battlecopters there. Grit needs more anti-airs. And we got a full max blast here. This could do some good work. Problem is vision. And there's no infantry unit on top of this mountain for that, so he's going to have to solely rely on tanks and their decent vision range. Battlecopters also have 3 vision range. HQ does save the artillery, at least for 1 shot. Does hit the mech there on top of the mountain. Hits the anti-air. The missile is now in range. The missile knows where it's at, because it knows where it's not at. I mean, good hits down there, good strides. The anti-airs are still hitting the force. And does he actually need to pop a sniper attack? He does not need to pop sniper attack to boost his anti-airs. And currently his artillery Needs a super sniper to reach this one, right? 1, 2. No, with super sniper can't reach that one. With a super sniper, he can reach against this one, but even then, this one's in range. I don't think there's even a case of pop a sniper attack this turn. He pops a sniper attack this turn. No, I suppose I did allow him to finish off some of the tanks there. And he does spot nothing on top of that comm tower, so he could try to grab it, but he's lacking infantry in that flank. Mech gets a shot there. Anti-air, anti-air. 200 funds remaining, so nothing else. 113 versus 124,000 on the field. Interrupts the capture there. He will die. Hits the anti-air twice. And now hits the other one. It will at least get healed up a little bit. And hits the missile twice with the tanks there. At least the missile, as long as you got one battle cover, it paid for a significant amount for itself. And throwing a lot of stuff on that anti-air. It's barely alive. Of course, a lot of those anti-airs are still not range of stuff. Missile just gets a shot there. Mech gets a good shot. Okay, so the recon hits the infantry unit there. Oh, that was not at full health. Bit of a caster vision bug. Oh, enjoy. This game will continue. Does hit the battle cup for a little bit. Finish off that tank there. 108 versus 107, so Max has about a full turn ahead. He also has quite a bit of fun sorting up. Is there any units that are not limited? Can get a mega tank. That's not limited. Stealth is available. Which, do you really need a stealth against I suppose you can go for a stealth against Grit. Honestly, Grit could eye for a fire to deal for the battlecopters. Max does not have any anti-airs in the field. He's not been building any anti-airs, so a Grit fighter wouldn't be half bad. The problem is his day-to-day funding is not great. 17,000. So a fighter's a little bit too expensive for him. Battlecopter, tank, infantry, and another battlecopter. Anti-air, artillery, infantry. A large number of battlecopters swarming down south. Yeah, 2 T-copters is, well, he does need to push the infantry quite far forward, so. Does pick off that tank there. Does spot the battlecopter, which the anti-air cannot range it because there's infantry units down the way. And we do also have this max anti-air in range of spawning the airport, so it managed to squeeze its way over there. Does spot whatever's being put on the base as well. Oh wait, no, anti-airs only have 2 vision range, not 3, so still quite nice to have anti-air to spot the base, and everything is spotted field. Sees the mech. And Max is making pretty good headway down south. I don't think I've ever seen a conflict down here before. Does hit the mech there, and there again. Pulls up T-copters, constantly boosting infantry units forward. Max does have an anti-air down here to spot the base, and not to mention battlecopters are right here. 111, 117 versus 155, so Max is still quite far ahead. And somehow the battle managed to reach this base here. I don't think I've ever seen that, at least in a game where one's completely being crushed. Grit is behind, but I don't feel like he's crushed at the moment. And he's going to get a great counterattack here of all these anti-airs. Enough of superpower gets trapped by the tank, which allows the artillery to range it. Hits a battle tank there. So missed out picking up another battlecopter there. His tank is in vision range of this base, so now we have a spotter right there, which he could just leave the 2-health tank there for another spot. He able to spot 2 bases. T-copter, battlecopter, infantry, infantry, and infantry. We may see a max force, may see a max blast. You can see a full max blast. This is day 30. Max is in pretty good position. Does even sack battlecopter to the top of the anti-airs. Managed to recapture this column tower down south. And this is what happens if you B-copter spam. Yep, and since there's 2 airports and 3 bases to pull out more infantry, Max is going to have plenty of infantry and battlecopters on the field. And Grit's anti-air, like I said, is still adequate, though now since he's lost his comm tower is now a bit more of a coin flip, weighted in his favor. Full sniper attack there, so now it won't be weighted in his favor, it will be guaranteed kills of his anti-airs. T-copter heading up north, not load up anything, 21 fuel remaining. Interrupts that capture, he can't be letting these products be captured, he's going to lose another one. Does get trapped there, does spot this tank there. Infantry, recon, mech, and battlecopter. And Great right now is actually ahead in value right now, 128 versus 104. Max may have overextended trying to attack the southern base. Hits the mech twice, but he's in range of artillery. And also in range of this artillery. Tank, infantry, and battlecopter. That's another battlecopter there. $24,000 for $16,000. This income difference has been very painful for Grit. But he's starting to stabilize on the left flank. Does get a big round of infantry and going for battlecopters. He's forced to build battlecopters just so he can get more infantry on the field, if that makes any sense. The problem is that Grit faces is what is his win condition. True. Max has been doing a good job producing mass, not super heavy units there. There's no reason to pull out neo tanks nor medium tanks. Just go for tanks, recons, and battlecopters. Trying to hit some of these tanks or artillery pieces now. Battlecopter, recon, infantry. Einstein of 123. Grit has 116. And we do have another sniper attack there. Does spot that infantry there, will gun it down. Puts the other one on top of the HQ. And Grit's battlecopters does counterattack and finish off with the battlecopters. And Max has no anti-airs in the field, but he can just use battlecopters to defeat battlecopters. And having the battlecopters strike the battlecopters means they can be good bait for his anti-airs, so. Got another max force deployed on field. Does take out a battlecopter there. Battlecopter does go down. Battlecopter hits the mech. Hits the mech again. Anti-air get hit, but got a couple artillery pieces now in range. This infantry unit there. Got another artillery piece potentially in range. Infantry, tank, and battlecopter. In terms of 121 versus 102, but a lot of stuff is range of the Grit's artillery. That's in the auxiliary and gets trapped there. 1 health anti-air still in this region, so I was able to spot more anti-airs. Sacks the battlecopter there, get some damage to the battlecopter. Sacks the anti-air there to get a bit of damage to the battlecopter. Anti-air, artillery, infantry. Does get some good strikes there. Finish off the T-copter. I think that one was down to like minimal fuel, wasn't it? Or maybe already got refueled. His artillery is actually running low on ammo. And this one's also running low on ammo as well. K to kill to death ratio. I'm not sure there's any way for me to look that up. Infantry, tank, and battlecopter. Log. Oh, see, I maybe will look at the log and so nope, those are just a list of views. Stats, here we go. Let's see, for Grit, 195 kills versus 167 deaths. Generated kill so yeah, decent kill to death ratio for Grit. Never really had to look that up. We've got another sniper attack deployed in the field. Number of tanks go on down. Infantry trying to flip that property, trying to continue to capture the comm tower, but could be interrupted even further. Mech. Infantry, mech, and battlecopter. And after that, stats. 195 kills versus 167 deaths. And of course, more deaths than kills. Somehow. Generated that much value, has currently that value. Well, the kill death ratio is for the whole game, I think. Yep, I think so. Let's pick up an anti-air there. Max has been maintaining a massive income advantage. Right now, Max has 33% more income than Grit, or Grit has 25% less income than Max. So that is something very big at the moment. Though right now they've been staying pretty low. In fact, they're getting a little bit low in value, 88 versus 103. So Max still has about half turn ahead, but still. It's not tracked turn by turn. Okay, so some battlecopters there. Does get some good hits. Start flipping some properties. This compound still captured by Max. And so these artillery are running low on ammo and fuel. That's actually really impressive. This one could be resupply of resources and then merge in the 8 one or 9 health one. Max getting good counterattack there, taking off some of those outlying units there, but bringing some more of artillery pieces such as this one here, but spotting some issue. And we've got battlecopters over here, no anti-airs, so Max may need to, or Grit may need to pull out some more anti-airs. Tank, and infantry with another battlecopter. Number of good picks there. Another Max Blast is available. He does spot the battlecopter. So I'll pull back up north. 14 fuel. Will be resupplied relatively soon. Anti-air, and infantry. Realize you need more anti-air. Pulling back some tanks in the center. Battlecop sitting down south. Looks like both players are cooling down. Both players now actually have equal value, 104 versus 104. It's still a massive income disparity. One capture progress remaining. Can use the 2 elf unit to provide a little extra meat shield, though he does have artillery cover, so anything he pushes forward to try to interrupt it, 1 capture progress remaining, he has to fully stop it. He will get obliterated by artillery. Infantry, artillery, artillery. Max right now is 29,000. I would say like, oh, we can go for a Neo Tank or Bomber, but he simply does not need that extra firepower. More double Battlecopter would just go along better for him than a full Bomber. Battlecopter, tank, and infantry. Does get trapped there. Missile artillery infantry. Hits the anti-air. Now the Battlecopter strikes the infantry there. 10 capture progress remaining. And now 0. Hits the what's it called? Anti-air again. The anti-air could push forward. Nope, can't push forward on top of the comm tower, because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need a 7th movement spot to get there. And right now, all this stuff should be out of vision range as well, so the anti-air can't see the Battlecopter. We'll need a spot to get over there. Battlecopter, infantry, tank, infantry, Battlecopter. Heads up for that one at least. Missile moves only 1 tile in forest. Ugh. Takes off a number of those units there. Hits the tank there twice. Anti-air infantry, recon infantry. $120 versus 108. It is now turn 40. Get the infantry there as well. Anti-air does go down, spots one of the artillery pieces, softening it up a little bit. I mentioned this artillery piece in range. Helicopter pushed down south. Anti-air is in range of this Battlecopter. And it's 1 health anti-air, still providing good vision. Takes out a couple more units there, just leaving the Battlecopters nearby. Missile somewhat in range, but snipe attack and will protect some of the artillery. Artillery, anti-air, and infantry. Could see a power or a superpower. Leslie's not going for either. These units are going right into artillery line. These artillery pieces slowly gain enough ammo. 1 ammo left on this one. I love when I see artillery out of ammo. You know it's some good work if it's out of ammo. Battlecopter, Battlecopter, infantry, recon, infantry. Oh, the missile's not in range, but a snipe attack would be. And now this artillery is out of ammo. Battlecopter, infantry, infantry, and infantry. 125,000 versus 113. Got a swarm of Battlecopters down south, a full flock of them to do one big sortie again. Infantry, recon, tank. Well, recon does get a good amount of spotting there, but of course the comm tower is not being captured. It's one of the Battlecopters. Anti-air, infantry. It's the recon. Interrupts the capture. I think this missile may be in range. Needs a sniper attack to be in range. Hits the recon up there. Hits the all those units. Infantry, anti-air. Tank will strike the anti-air. It hits that unit there. Hits the anti-air. Strikes the artillery there and there. Pushes it forward, does strike the artillery over there. Battlecopter, infantry, recon, infantry. What is the kill-to-death ratio? 100. Wait, that's not going up, isn't it? That's staying stagnant. That's not updating, looks like. Oh, you think that's for the entire game? Got it. Not for all what's updated so far. That's what he meant by that. Oh well. Infantry, and battlecopter. Now I understand what you guys were talking about. I thought it was like, not necessarily what it was like that per turn, but for the entire game from start to finish. Got it. Now before max force now deployed in the field. Does get some good strikes in the artillery, making good headway down there. The missile is in range and has a target-rich environment. Strikes some artillery there. Interrupts the capture. Maintaining the capture lead is important. Battlecopter, tank, and infantry. And here comes another sniper attack. So has not been able to resecure that comm tower. And here it gets a pick off there. Does take out multiple battlecopters. All the battlecopters go down south. Go down south. Blah. Battlecopter, anti-air, infantry. Problem is, there's a lot of tanks there, so he is lacking things to fight these tanks. Has enough meat shields for him, the anti-air, so maybe should have come for more artillery down south now. 118 versus 127. Battlecopter strike battlecopter, but there's a battlecopter in range. And of course, all the fog of war there gives Grit a bit of advantage down south when it's during Max's turn. Then he sort of loses it when it's his turn. Does take out the battlecopter down there. Infantry push way forward, trying to capture some properties. T-copter down to 15 fuel. Anti-airs will spot a whole bunch of stuff. 2 artillery in range in the battlecopter, so Grit looks like will win down south. His artillery line up north is still holding pretty control, though a little bit less. Just pick off a couple units there. Picks up another 8 artillery up north. Max started to refocus over here, and Grit is lacking some assets up there. He has only one anti-air versus all the swarm of battlecopters. That anti-air finally moved on top of the base because it's empty. And that means there's not enough reinforcements here. This is a bit of a problem. He probably needs to pull a battlecopter there to clean it up, or send his infantry over here to clean it up. This is actually a really good play. It was a scout. No, it is a bit more of a scout. Does wound the other battlecopter there. If you're moving towards that anti-air there now. Missile gets another kill. Artillery knocking out some stuff. Takes out that tank. You got a APC to pull on field because it actually does need some fuel ammo for a lot of stuff. So it's surprised now we've only seen the APC. Nope, gets trapped there. Now got a max force once again. Does hit that artillery, just leaving one artillery remaining. This one has 4 ammo. Interrupts the capture there. Does spot the next battlecopter. This battlecopter should probably hit the other healthy battlecopter. Hits the anti-air. The missile's actually getting down to 2 ammo. The missile's almost out of ammo. And pulls back the anti-air just to be annoying. Sniper attack firing. Picks off another of those ground units there. Battle comes to the region, so now the missile just needs to be reloaded. It probably does not really need to get an anti-air down there. He does need reinforcements up north. Go for more battle copters to help stabilize the region. Artillery, infantry, infantry. Does spot the artillery once again. The anti-air is down to 17 fuel. So I'm going to do that for maybe 3 or 4 more times the amount of fuel he has left. Battlecopter getting hit by a lot of battlecopters. It does spot this artillery there, so now the recon can strike it. Half health. Can they interrupt the capture there? You can't be conceding any more properties. Resupplies the missile. And now trying to finally reflip this comm tower. He has artillery and missile as fire support. Tank, artillery. Oh, wait, is this the first tank that Grit deployed this entire game? Am I going crazy? Also, this is now turn 50. Sacks the battlecopter there. He probably send more battlecopters into it just to wound it even further. But Max is making good headway on the right side. Battlecopter, infantry, 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 and battlecopter. 18 units versus 29. It's the income deficit's what's keeping Max fueling his war machine. 123,000 versus 74. Brit is about 3 turns behind. Trying to flip another property again. Finish off the tank there. Can't be interrupted by this battlecopter. We'll have to be sacking it though. Another battlecopter, infantry, infantry, infantry. And does get trapped on this recon here. And Grit's starting to get overrun up north. In fact, the comm tower is not being captured. Battlecopter, tank, tank, and infantry. Artillery, artillery, and infantry. He spots the 1 health anti-air once again. He has been maintaining good entire vision of this region. And something just ran out of fuel. Wasn't paying attention to what it was. 4 capture progress remaining. It's the artillery there. I think at this point in time, Grit is just going to lose the game. Having a proxy airport is going to cause massive issues. A missile can help lock it down though, but still, he's down by 10,000 income. Battlecopter, tank, tank, and infantry. Does pop another sniper attack there. Has 55,000 fuel for 122. Yep, I think Max is just starting to steamroll. Takes out the T-copter. And finally recapture that comm tower again. At this point in time, Max needed, or Grit needed to play out medium tank here, but he just does not have the monies for it. And now this airport's captured. Max Blast popped once again. His Max Blast costs 151,000 versus 162. And the one health anti-air once gets on top of another building to base lock it. Yep, down to 2 production structures, 2 bases. Luckily, Grit has enough income to keep those going, which is not a good thing. Battlecopter, tank, and infantry. Missile takes on another target. Another sniper attack. You can now build something there, but has only 14,000 funds. Goes for recon, anti-air, infantry. And now captured the comm tower number 4. Max just needs actually one more property capture and he wins the game through capture. Tank, and infantry with a proxy battlecopter. He does interrupt those 2 captures, so no capture victory. Join captures, join capture. 9 and 8 capture progress. Does get trapped there. Another proxy battlecopter. Tank, battlecopter, and infantry, so got another 5-unit deployment. Missile claims another kill. Interrupts the capture a little bit further. This one has captured by more than 1 turn now. Battlecopter, infantry, artillery, and infantry. 13,000 income versus 27. I think right now, Grit's just letting it ride. Build a bomber. It's also not super important. Infantry recon. He does go for a bomber. Interrupts the capture once again. And when this property gets captured, he will win. And this is just pops the power. I wonder if he doesn't realize that he has a capture victory. Because I have to install a plugin for this. Another bomber. And capture victory. Oh, I suppose I had this up here. Whoops, my apologies if you saw who won and lost that earlier. But either way, it's Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.